Okay, we're at a condominium complex that's close to our office, and we're going to do something that I don't normally do. So I'll explain it right quick before I go in. What has happened here is another company came out last year and found a leak on his R22 air conditioning system, and did claim to have found the leak, and then they removed the remainder of the R22 and recharged it with 421A, and they did not label it, but he was able to find a invoice from them that claimed that's what they did. So as most of you know, I am 100% against that, and I just don't do it. And he has agreed to have us replace the unit, but because we're a few days out on installs, something's got to keep him cool in the meantime. So I borrowed a jug of 421A from a friend, and he said I could go ahead and open it and use what I needed and give it back. So at least I didn't have to buy any. So let's go back here and see what's going on. Okay, all I've been able to do so far is determine the evaporator coil is clear, the filters are clean, relatively new, and we've got low suction pressure and full head pressure. So I'm not really familiar with this 421A. Looks like it dropped it. But it's a new jug, and I looked up a couple of the other guys charging with it and saw what they did, and but these pressures just, tell you what, they don't jive. And it is putting out warm air. It's not as hot as it should be, and it's certainly not cooling the house very well, but it is not iced up. So we're going to add some charge and see if we can learn a little something about what you should not do. At the same time, try to get this guy by for a few days till we can get him a new system in here. Now, because of the fact that I am unfamiliar with this product, and most of these stand-ins, or imposters I call them, most of these are a blend of other refrigerants that try to create these same temperature exchange properties. I'm just going to use liquid, and I'm going to go real slow with it. I admit I don't know what I'm doing with this stuff, and I really don't want to know, but we're going to see if we can get him some more cooling out of it and get this thing torn out of here and flushed out and replaced. We'll use these same lines over. They're 3/4 and 3/8, and they're inside the wall, so we'll flush them with a solvent very well and do a nitrogen test and replace them. But let's add some charge slowly and watch our head pressure and see what result we get here. Okay, I looked up here when I was out here before, and I determined that I was willing to offer him a AC only replacement, meaning we'll put him in a coil and condenser and keep his Bryant furnace, which reason for that was someone had replaced it and left the original AC and evaporator here. So, you know, I'm not crazy about it, but I did offer him that option. We'll see what his final decision is. He said he was going to have his mind made up by the time we got here. But you know, I don't know why anybody would have black tape and electrical tape. And me personally, if I were going to change someone's refrigerant, oh, that line's warm. I think I would put a label or a sticker on the unit. That's just what I would do. I guess they make them, I don't know. I don't even know what 421 is. It's a joke to me. But anyway, just thought I would take a look again and let everybody see what's up there. So we're definitely going to change this out. It's going to take me a couple days to get to it. Let's go check on our charger. All right, we're gaining more head pressure than I really want to gain, and all of the air comes out of the side here. I don't know if somebody's changed the motor and it's longer, or the blade, or what, but it doesn't blow any air up. It's all coming out of the side here. Some of you guys that are more familiar with this line, Bryant and Payne, and basically a Carrier brand, I guess. It used to be anyway. Or maybe Brad might comment and tell us something a little more about it, about what has happened to this one, because he may be able to tell just by all the characteristics that I'm running into here. But you know, I did find paperwork that said they had removed the R22 and recharged with 421, so I went and borrowed that jug from a friend for that reason. I just don't want that head pressure any higher than that. I mean, it's already approaching 250. Now those gauges are accurate and calibrated, but you know, it's only 80 degrees right now in Malden here, so I'm not real excited about where that head pressure is going to go when it hits 90 later today and tomorrow. And it's going to be a couple days before I can get this changed out. And just not real happy with all this here. I was tempted to pump it all out again and fill it with 22. But I feel like it might just be a waste. There could be some restriction going on in the coil. I'm sure it's probably a piston, but you know, we don't know what's going on here. I was also tempted to clean the outdoor coil. They can fool you. You know, you can look at an outdoor coil and think it looks clean, but they can fool you with what actually comes out of them when you start washing one out and flushing it, you know, from the inside out like we do. So anyway, let's watch it another minute or two and go take some temperature readings in the house and see if we're getting anything. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick cleaning on this coil here and see if that might get the head pressure down a little bit. This New Bright product that I'm using right here will really show you what it's foaming out of it. You just very lightly wet the coil first, and then apply this. And I only use this when it's a smaller machine, a smaller coil, and I don't want to get the you know, the big sprayer out and all, but I'll use this right there. So I'm going to take his little worm gear hose over here and pull this lid off right quick and see what flushes out of it. Really wouldn't work this hard on a condemned unit, but it's going to be a few days. I don't think I can get here till Thursday or Friday, and today is Monday. And this older gentleman, retired, he's on oxygen. We really need to try to get him comfortable if we can. So we're just doing every little bit we can here. Let's see what result we get. All right, This side here was pretty dirty, and the bottom of it produced a good bit of dirt. I'm not so sure if we're going to be able to expect a lot, but I'm ready to fire it back up now. He came out here and was watching me. He was really impressed that I was trying everything I could for him to get him the most we can get out of it for a few days. He said he would survive, just excited about getting a new one. But anyway, trying to get him some cooling. So I'm gonna crank this thing up and let it run about 10 minutes, and then we will revisit the gauges and see what it's looking like. All right, it's been right at 15 minutes. Coil should be dry. And it has made a little bit of difference. Actually, it improved the airflow through the fan because there was nothing coming up before. It was all coming out to the side. And now we're getting warm air coming straight up. So there actually was some amount of restriction or deflection going on there. I'm gonna add some here. I probably would have felt more comfortable weighing this in and looking at what it, what percentage you put in as compared to the 22. This one would be a little bit difficult to calculate the footage of the liquid line. You see how it runs and goes up into the attic, but either way, I'm just gonna do the old farmer's rule of thumb thing and watch the head pressure, not let it get too high, get good hot air coming out in here and good cold air in there, and hope we'll be okay just for a few days here. But let's see what we get. Walking around with that thermometer in my hand in here. It was on 80. So I'm gonna let it sit there a minute and see what that goes up to. But it is not looking really well here. Tell you what, I do not like those fake refrigerants. I've had people tell me, how well they've done with them. Yeah, so it is close to 80 in here. And the one I've heard the best reports on how accurate that is. It says 81 or 82 right there. So let's go see what the supply is doing. Yeah, this thing is not working very good, although it is hot in the house. I mean, that's almost 15 degrees. We would, of course, like to see quite a bit more. So hopefully when it starts to catch up, not real good. All right, well, he was a really nice guy, and he really wanted it replaced in the first place. Even last year when the other company, and I don't really know much about them, they're out of the next town over, so I don't know how he ended up with them. I've got a sneaky suspicion that it may have been something to do with the home warranty, but he didn't mention that, and I don't really pry, you know. But nonetheless, he was, you know, impressed that I could get to it in the next couple of days. So I told him I'd try to get it in there Thursday or Friday. And then, of course, I didn't charge him for the 421. I just borrowed that jug from a friend, so I'm going to drive by his shop and drop it off right now and then go to our next call. But nonetheless, it did appear that what we did got some results, and so he may be able to sleep better for a couple nights. But here I neither one have any faith in the system, and it's obviously still got a leak. So whoever that was, they just did things differently than I do. So anyway, I look forward to your comments of what you think, what you'd have done, what you think of the 421. I know a lot of people like the 407C. I just don't see enough. I just don't see the point in any of it. But that's just me. Get one off. As soon as we drop off that 421, we're going to go to the next call. So thanks for watching.